Big shot content, man. We out here, Harlem. We got a discussion going on. What's keeping the black community back right now? Is it more so finances or lack of the nuclear family? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, the nuclear family is the thing that acquires the finances, right? So I mean, it's a multitude of different things. It's layers, right? So sometimes it could be mindset, it could be lack of ownership, it could be lack of black family structure, lack of the black man being the head of the household, right? So but the solution to the problem is us understanding as men, we have to improve our relationship with God. And then we have to say, well, okay, we have to get provision, ask God for provision, and through the acquisition of provision, then now we are in positions of power. Um, and doesn't matter whatever business ideas you have, if you have a job, if you have a company, if you want to start a company, the provision that God will give you will make whatever you're presiding over a financial success.
At what age did you come about this type of knowledge, religion and spirituality, and as that being, a key to change amongst us?
Well, I feel like for us, it's ingrained. It's ingrained in us naturally to be black. Our bodies produces neuromelanin. Our brain produces neuromelanin, and we're black. So we grow up doing backflips in the projects, popping woolly. Like we genetically were born with high levels of intelligence. So I would say the moment I took my first breath is when I was in possession of the knowledge. But as I got older, I learned to actually apply the knowledge to myself in my life.
I fuck with that.
So what I'm saying is we got to take confidence in who we are and know that we have the knowledge. That's why I say all the time, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, right? So our minds is shit creates everything for us. And once I started to realize how to apply what I already possess, then my life's changed. You know what I'm saying? So I think as a collective, we need to make more conversations like this popular,
Right.
right? Like how the mind works, how does the subconscious mind works, what is neuroscience, physiology, how does our bodies work? Because our bodies, when we're depressed, our bodies produces adrenaline and cortisol. When we're happy, our body produces dopamines. So our bodies produce chemicals associated with the thoughts we think. So when we understand how to use our thoughts to create our emotions, then the emotions turn into the actions that we and now we're taking the best actions and actions that lead to us being liberated. Another point I want to make is when you talk about like a problem with us, we're the only group of oppressed people still living in the land of their Holocaust, expecting the people that put us in the Holocaust to take us out of it. The so-called Jews had to leave Germany. America's our Germany. So we don't get connected to the Caribbean, if we don't get connected to Africa, if we don't have dual citizenship, if we don't get connected to Haiti and DR because they're independent, and we don't start developing our foundation and our bases in those areas outside of America, then using America as a place of business because this is not our home. This is just a hotel, right? But a hotel that we built and a hotel that we own. So we should be living in a hotel rent free, right? But it's still a hotel. It's not a permanent residence. And when we understand how to have a vested interest in America, then it's going to change. We also need institutions, our own schools, our own banks, our own supermarkets, our own economy. We got to go back to the Susu, Caribbean, the Jamaicans, the Trinity. They knew how to do it. They circulated the money, right? We got to circulate our money together. We're the biggest consumers in the world. There's more money in the ghetto than Dubai. But they make you think Dubai is the richest place on the planet. The fuck out of the streets of fucking Harlem got more money than Dubai. But the money in the streets of Harlem don't stay in the streets of Harlem. And that's a problem. Like we gotta circulate our money a little bit better.
Is there a strategy by the powers that be to keep this knowledge from us?
Can't. It's already not we're born this way.
Hmm.
I'm not born white. So I'm already born superior. I wasn't born inferior. I was born superior. So when I stop looking out the window and I start looking in the mirror, then I understand that I am who I am. And I am a God. So when I understand that, I'm not looking for someone to emancipate me. I'm not looking for someone to liberate me. I'm gonna emancipate and liberate myself. I'm not looking for someone to empower me. I'm already empowered. I'm already powerful. So that's how it goes. Having that confidence and knowing who I am, and not giving this recessive, this genetically inferior entity or being more power than they deserve. I'm not worrying about the white man anymore. I'm worrying about what I can do. And I have to fortify my relationship with God and become singular focused and be present and become dedicated, become obsessed, like obsessed with elevating myself, obsessed with reaching my full potential, obsessed with producing results with the potential God has gifted me in the form of neuromelanin. And being black is a pride of honor. Being black is a gift. Being black is a proof that God is real. If you want to see Jesus, look at me. You want to see Jesus, look in the mirror. So I don't need to read no Bible about some that ain't even here no more when he's still here to this day. We have to have the mindset. Now, look, how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. A vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So we have to program the same way we listen to music, play video games all day, on a block all day. You got stupidity in motion. So we need to have meditation in motion. Whether you like it or not, your mind is holding your body up right now. If your brain shut down, your body would be in a fetal position.
Definitely.
So how is your body hold? You're not thinking right now. You just hold. You're thinking without thinking.
Definitely. Subconscious.
Right. So when we start tapping into our subconscious mind, architecting our subconscious mind in a way that helps us elevate, then our conditions and predicament are going to change. So we have to not give credit to anybody but ourselves.
Right.
Now we know who attacked us. We know who oppressed us. We're not denouncing systemic or systematic racism or people who are racist or people who are prejudiced. Yeah, cool. They exist, but I have more power in me than outside of me. And when I focus on that and take pride and confidence in that, then we elevate and we change.
Why women are so masculine in New York City, man?
I mean, it's been a plan. It's been a plan of the oppressor from day one. It's been a plan of the oppressor from day one to hyper masculate the black woman because if you get the black woman, you get generations. She gives birth to the seed, right? It doesn't matter. We have to put our focus in what we need, what benefits us. Everybody can look at what's wrong with us, but let's look at what's right with us. Let's start with what's right with you, black man. What's right with the black community? Well, we're black. We're superior. We're intelligent. We're loyal. We're committed. We're dedicated. We're strong. We have all these positive. So we have to look at the lens. We have to look through the lens of optimism, not pessimism, because we perpetuate and create that same reality by looking at what's wrong. And again, I'm not saying to ignore what's wrong, but I'm saying put our focus into more of what's right, and then we can use that as a building block and create momentum to get rid of what's wrong.
There's a marketing project against us to project nothing but negativity in the music. With the negativity in the music being projected to our youths, how do we defy that?
Well, we got to have our own media institutions. We have to have our own satellite. We need our own satellites, our own radio towers, our own servers to be the home for the technology, right? So if we don't have our own satellite, then the website that we build, we don't even own. If we don't have our own storage system, our own servers, we can't hold a certain amount of traffic without the website crashing. If we don't have a place where the servers can live at and be protected and safeguarded, then the technology will always be in jeopardy. So we have to understand what true ownership looks like in a digital space. We have to understand what true ownership looks like in the space of media. Yes, you got a camera. Yes, you're interviewing me right now. But do you build the camera that we're in front of right now? Do we build the technology that we consume more than anybody else? Okay, we have to produce our own cameras, produce our own lenses, produce our own servers, produce our own satellites and own our own satellites, produce our own microphones, produce our own content. We have to, like, it's different jobs, right? Now that we're talking about job creation.
Right, definitely.
Right? So on top of the platform that we own, now we open up doors for employment. And we're the majority of people on this planet. So we need a lot of jobs for our people. So ownership creates job creation, right? And ownership creates opportunity for elevation. Okay?
100.
So they use music, they use crack to break down the ghetto. They use music to break down the ghetto. Now they're using marijuana to break down the ghetto because there's prescription and synthetic versions of crack, coke, meth, fentanyl, and the marijuana. You never seen so many so-called weed heads look like junkies. Never seen so many pie heads look like heroin addicts. Never seen so many weed heads look like they suck the glass or they freebasing and they smoking weed. But that ain't the weed that they need to be smoking, right?
Right, right, right.
So when we don't own we don't have farms, we don't have institutions, or we don't have a mindset for ownership or the courage to go out and be a conqueror, then we'll always stay where we're at, stuck. But I'm not focusing on that. We are in the best time to be alive right now. So lean into it, embrace it. Yeah.
As a man, how do you project superior masculinity in order to get these masculine women in their feminine role?
Masculinity is about avocation, not application. Just be a man. And what is a man? A man is a protector. A man is a provider. A man is a sustainer of his household. Just be a man. By being a man, you will be on a frequency that will attract a woman, and a woman will submit. Always, a woman will always submit to a man. So be a man. You can't advocate being a man. You have to apply yourself in a masculine, manly way.
Right.
And a man is a protector. So I protect my household. I provide for my household, but I get the provision in order for me to provide for my household. I'm in a gym. I'm working out. I'm strong. I'm focused. So I have the strength and the mental toughness to protect my household. I have the emotional maturity to allow the woman to be the emotional creature that at times she needs to be. And through empathy and patience and strength and resilience and balance and durability, I allow that woman to be vulnerable.
With the massive negative media being projected to our kid, who has more influence? The parents of these kids or the media?
The parents, because the parents, there's hereditary. Breakdown, you got to unpack it. What does the word influence looks? If TMZ, if YouTube makes a video, YouTube can't change the facial structure of the child. The parent created the facial structure of the child. The parent is going to always have more influence over the child because it's something genetically that you can't, it's a connection that nobody can interrupt, right? They can fabricate an interruption. They can give the appearance of interrupting that, but you can't disconnect a child from the parent. It's a bond that will never be broken. And you can always reactivate or activate that bond whenever you deem necessary. And the key to doing that is by love. Love is going to overpower the brainwashing and the operant conditioning and classical conditioning that these powerful, so-called powerful companies use. So when you love your child and you give your child that love and you just say, I fucking love you. You love your brothers. You love your family. You give that love that cuts through like a knife, man. You hear me? But it gotta be genuine. It gotta be authentic. And you gotta want for your brother what you want for yourself. Want for your sister what you want for yourself, right? And when you're genuine and you have genuine intention and it's good, then you're gonna break through. Technology can never defeat man. Man is greater than everything, and a black man is the greatest man on the planet.
With Kamala Harris looking like she on the verge of presidency, how do you think?
Tennessee doesn't even matter
How,
because elected officials doesn't matter because we don't have a understanding of political science, and we don't have a vested interest in America or any institutions that we own that have a government power that can hold elected officials accountable. So we're a long way to go before we should be concerned about the presidency. What we should be concerned about is building our community, strengthening our families, strengthening our family ties, developing the village. It's all about the village now.
how do we build a community when we have no money?
That's not a true statement, right? Like we have the money, but we have to develop the mindset and cultivate the mindset to leverage the money to its fullest potential.
Oh, you think you a big shot?